Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutrabhashya Krita Vande Bhagavantav Punah Punah. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kreditam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Devyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramो Panishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samadah Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Nabidusura Suraganah Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Hari Om. Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given a few reasons so far why Arjuna should act. And when he does act, how he should. He had said, Niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajyayo ya karmanah sharira yatra bichate na prasiddhayet akarmanah. Perform all enjoined actions. It's my commandment. Moreover, even if you do not want to act, nature will force you to act. So you better act voluntarily. Then, yajñātārt karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanah tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Perform all your actions as a worship, and actions done that way will liberate you, whereas actions done otherwise will bind you. Next, Sahayajñā praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi prasavishyadvam yeshavostishta kamaduk. At the time of creation itself, the Creator has given the Vedas. And with that, you can fulfill all your desires. Continuing with the same idea of Karma Yoga, as yajna, devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreya parama vapsyata. Propitiating gods in the form of nature, those deities will bless you by giving you plenty of everything. May you prosper mutually with your respect and God's blessings. Further, Ishtan Bogan Hivo Devaha Dasyante Yajna Bhavitaha Tairdattan Apradayabhyah Yo Bhungte Stene Evasaha. Those who do actions only for themselves, without sharing with others, without the Yajna spirit, are thieves, and they incur sin only. So now Bhagwan looks at Karma Yoga from a different angle, third angle. Here Karma Yoga is looked at as Chitta Shodakam, a spiritual purifier. One can appreciate this point only when one is a seeker of liberation. So we will start with that today, verse 13. Yajna-sheshtashinas santah Yajna-sheshtashinas santah Muchyante sarva-kilbishaihi Muchyante sarva-kilbishaihi Bunchate te tvagam papaha Bunchate te tvagam papaha ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात् ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात् यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्चते ते त्वगं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्. So when I seek liberation, I know that there is only one means of doing that. Only one means of attaining liberation. The path is by seeking spiritual wisdom, Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge. Without Atma Jnanam, one can never attain moksha. Nanyah panta pantaha ayanaya vidyate. Purusha Suktam very clearly it said, there is no other path for that destination. Then the Shastra, the scriptures, point out that even though Atma Jnanam alone can liberate you, that can happen only when the mind is pure. Without mental purity, gaining this wisdom is not possible. That is why, before starting the Vedantic study, Vedic study, the student has to go through so many samskaras. Even the Vedic studies. The young boy goes to Gurukula. Before that, the Upanayana samskara is performed. Series of rituals cleaning the body, mind, etc. Study is done with such purity, the knowledge that is gained will be good. Otherwise, it will be polluted, adulterated. For purifying the mind, the means is Karma Yoga. So a seeker who is interested in this inner growth is not worried about material prosperity. Not that he rejects all that, but his focus is on inner purification. So the primary focus is Chitta Shodakam, purity of mind. And that is, we've seen in Upadeshasara, that is mukti sadhakam, the means to liberation. Dedicate your life to the Lord, Ishwararpitam, and consider material prosperity to be secondary to spiritual growth. And then Nechaya Kritam, then your Karma Yoga will lead to mental purity and will lead you to liberation. So the third angle is to look at Karma Yoga as an inner purifier. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Yajna Shishtashinaha Santaha. Those good people who convert their life into a worship and receive the results, the consequences as Ishvara Prasada, Yajna Shishtam means Ishvara Prasada. Shishtam means what is left behind. What is left after a worship or an offer to the Lord, whatever is left, is called Yajna Shishtam or Prasada. So those who take all the karma pala as prasada and then enjoy that, nothing wrong. Sarva kilbishaihi muchyante. They are free from all sins. If you do not offer to the Lord, tetu agham bunchate. They just incur sin only. Agham, sin, papa, bunchate. That's what they get. If they enjoy their life without offering to the Lord, without acknowledging the Lord's grace, that is a great sin. How do you define sin in Vedantic context? Very broad definition. Makes you think. Anything that obstructs self-knowledge is papa. Anything that obstructs my spiritual pursuit is a sin. So how careful we have to be every moment of our life. If I'm rich and wealthy and just enjoy the world, and even if that wealth was earned ethically by legitimate means, but if I don't share it with others, if I just enjoy it myself, such enjoyments will take me away from my path, from the Lord. Then I'm committing sin. Money is considered a sin, evil, if the single pointed pursuit of money takes me away from spirituality. So punya is anything that which promotes spiritual growth, and papa is anything that retards it. This is called as kilbisham in this verse. So those who take all the karma pala as prasada, then they are purified, absolved of all the sins. All the sins go away. Even before we take medicine, we offer it to the Lord and take it as prasada. Then that medicine will be that much more effective. These practices are there in our tradition. So what is the primary obstruction to spirituality? That is moha or delusion or aviveka. What do you mean by delusion here? Seeing the external world as a cause for happiness and a cause for unhappiness. Taking the world to be real and there is happiness there. And there are certain things that are source of unhappiness, all that. That is the confusion, that is the delusion. If you say it's for you, then why are the others living in the same world suffering? Simple example, some people like punk rock music. but it causes suffering to so many others. So many examples like that we can give. Extending this principle, Vedanta says, the world is neither sukha hetuhu, cause for happiness, nor dukkha hetuhu, cause for unhappiness. The world is what the world is. That's it. As long as you find fault with the world and are trying to change the world for happiness, you are in delusion. Even if you make certain adjustments in the world, you are never going to be permanently happy. Something or other will affect you. This kind of wrong thinking that I can change the world and thereby I'll be happy, that is called moha. This delusion must go away. I should understand it is not the world that gives me joy or sorrow, but it is my attitude towards the world which is responsible for that. My attitude is the determining factor. Therefore, what is required is not a change in the world, but a change in my attitude. Any attitudinal change, any perspective change can be brought about only by knowledge. So what I need is knowledge. And when I see that, I've become a spiritual seeker. Whatever obstructs this and makes me go after worldly pursuits is moha, is papa. Shankaracharya's popular work, Bhajagovindam, is otherwise called moha mudgaraha. And it hammers out the delusion out of you. Moha mudgaraha. So many verses he talks about this. For example, in one, how he talks about money does not give lasting happiness, not even family members. Yavat vittopajana saktah tavan nija parivaro raktah paschat jivati jajjara dehe vartam kopina prichati gehe. All family members are wonderful as long as you are a productive member of that family. The moment you stop being a source of income and start becoming a drain due to expenses on your part, you become a liability instead of being an asset. Then their attitude changes. So he takes up each item, family, money, life, analyzes and dismisses all of them as a source of real happiness. The delusion will go away by karma yoga. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Yajna Shishtashinah Santah, a karma yogi will get out of this delusion, will understand what I need is knowledge and not changing the world around. Strongly criticizes those who are not karma yogis, who do not contribute anything to the world, those who just take from the world. Those people who are selfish, is extremely critical about them. He says, Ye Atma Karanat Pachanti. There are people who just cook and eat for themselves. Atma Karanat Pachanti. They cook and eat, not share with anybody. We already spoke about Manushya Yajna or Nra Yajna, Panchamaha Yajnas, how we have the tradition of not eating without feeding a guest. If I do not share and eat all, tu agham bhujante. The Lord uses strong words and says, they're not eating food, but they are eating only concentrated sins. Papa, agham. Every morsel of food that they take is a sin. They become only papaha, sinners. They are moving further and further away from spiritual knowledge. More and more away from spiritual knowledge. So be a karma yogi. Make the whole life a worship of God. Share what you have. Such a life of sacrifice and service will make you fit for the spiritual knowledge. The ultimate goal in life, the Parama Purushartha of moksha, liberation. And now he gives one more reason why Arjuna should work. The wheel of action has been set in motion, and the entire Srishti Chakra is going on. And it's going on depending on karma of action. Suppose there is a factory that's working 3 shifts or 24 hours in a day. For that work to continue, every piece of machinery should be working. In such an assembly line, if one equipment breaks down, the entire production will halt. Similarly, everybody should keep on working for the world to keep the wheel in motion. What's the wheel of action? How does it work? Let us see. Next verse, verse 14. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Parjanyat anna sambhavah. Parjanyat anna sambhavah. Yajñād bhavati parjanyah. Yajñād bhavati parjanyah. Yajñah karma samudbhavah. Yajñah karma samudbhavah. Annād bhavanti bhūtāni. Parjanyāt anna sambhavah. Yajñād bhavati parjanyah. Yajñah karma samudbhavah. So in the last verse, Bhagwan talked about karma yoga as a purifier. Shodakam, pavanam, pavitram, purifier. So far, we have seen karma yoga as ajna, as a commandment, as an order. Then karma yoga as yajna, as sacrifice, as shodakam, purifier. Now the Lord will show how versatile karma yoga is from another angle. When you keep analyzing this karma yoga, you will discover how beautiful this concept of karma yoga is. So in verses 14 and 15, we will see karma yoga as dharma. What's the meaning of the word dharma? So many meanings are there. If you look at the etymology of the word, dharana dharma, that which maintains, supports a harmony in the creation, that is called dharma. A way of life which supports, sustains, nourishes the entire creation. We are not isolated individuals, but an integral part of creation. Our life is interconnected with fellow human beings as well as with other things and beings in this creation. Life is related to the entire environment around us. We are all unique. All other beings, other than human beings, are programmed to live in harmony. Plants and animals do not jeopardize the balance in creation. They're all programmed and they do not deviate from that program. Only we humans have free will. We have been given intellect also. We have the ability to destroy this world or create a heaven on earth. We can do either. The earth has to be destroyed. It will be human beings who will destroy it. Even the wildest animals will not do that. Even if they go berserk. Arjuna, you may not believe in God, His commandments or worship. It does not matter. Not necessarily Arjuna, any person, if he does not have belief in all this, does not matter. You may not believe in moksha or punya. You need not follow karma yoga for the sake of purification. No. You have to act in the spirit of karma yoga so as to maintain this harmony in creation. Even the worst atheist who does not believe in God, punya, papa, dharma, he or she has to accept this balance, harmony in the creation because everything is interconnected. So we cannot be responsible. We have to be responsible global citizens. To show the harmony in creation, Bhagavan says that everything that happens in creation is a cyclic process. Cycles indicate balance, harmony. Simple example, we need oxygen to breathe. Without oxygen, we cannot survive. If there is no source of oxygen, what will happen? Luckily, Bhagavan has made a wonderful arrangement. He created plants that need carbon dioxide that we breathe out. The plants can take. And plants release oxygen so that we can breathe, we can take in. Thus, there is a beautiful production-consumption cycle of oxygen and carbon dioxide. This cycle goes on, and man and nature are thus interconnected. When the cycle is broken, as we are seeing more and more in urban settings, when trees are felled to make room for multi-storied apartment buildings, we end up having not even clean air to breathe. So cycle is harmony. Here the Lord takes one cycle for an example, as an example, to show how harmonious the creation is. Look at the verse, Anant bhavanti bhutani. All living beings, bhutani, bhavanti are born and are sustained by annam, food. Without food, we cannot survive. The body is born out of food. It is sustained, nourished by food. And how does that food come? Parjanyat anna sambhavaha. Food comes from the rain, parjanya. Without rains, we cannot grow crops. And we cannot cook what we grow. So we all know what happens when the monsoon fails in India. There is drought. Rain is the greatest blessing of the Lord, because of which we have food to eat and we survive. How does that rain come? Can we produce rain? Well, we try. Problems with natural rain. We seed the clouds, try to produce rain. all that is just a drop in the bucket, literally, cannot match the Lord's blessings. Next question is, what is responsible for the rain? Where does the rain come from? Sri Krishna says, Yajnat bhavati pajanyah. Here, yajna means apurvam or adrishtam, because of some invisible factor. Sometimes it is called punyam. Then we may wonder, how is that so? Understand that adrishtam or punyam is cosmic balance or harmony. Only when there is harmony in nature, only when there is a balance in nature, rains come at the appropriate time. Seasons are indicative of natural harmony. So in our tradition, they always took the rain as the acid test for universal balance. Acid rain will disturb that balance. In those days, the scientific language was not there. So they called it punyam. Now, since we have the scientific knowledge, we can say, when you deforest, cut all the trees, the environment is disturbed naturally. So clouds do not form and rains do not come. This kind of ecological balance is what we call yajna. So yajnat bhavati pajanyah. Rains come from sacrifice. So how do we maintain the balance in nature? The answer is yajna karma samudbhavah, only by karma yoga. Only by selfless action, by avoiding exploitation of nature. Nature is in harmony. I should not disturb it. Do not pollute the waters, do not pollute the air, do not indiscriminately cut the trees. A life of reverence for nature, a life of karma yoga will maintain the cosmic balance. That ensures timely rain. Rain provides food, food sustains all beings. This is the cycle of action. So it all starts with karma yoga. My very existence depends on karma yoga. That karma comes from me. So I and my karmas are interdependent. Therefore, if I have to live in the society, I have to contribute to the society. Only then the cycle is complete. Every time I eat, I'm taking, and every time I work, I'm contributing. Complete that cycle. Do not break that cycle. Act responsibly. Continuing, verse 15. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Brahmaksharasamudbhavam. Brahmaksharasamudbhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma. Nityam yajne pratishtitam. Nityam yajne pratishtitam. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. Brahmaksharasamudbhavam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma. Nityam. How do you know which karma maintains the balance in creation and which karma violates that balance of creation. This is a problem because we human beings, we only have a limited intellect. Oh, I do not know which is ultimately good for humanity. And which actions are not good for humanity. So many chemicals we produce and use, but later we find they are harmful to us, to the environment. After careful studies and drug trials and everything, certain medicines are approved for use. Even then, years later, we find that they produce sometimes cancer, serious side effects, pesticides, insecticides, not only kill pests and insects, but kill people also. All this is because of our limited intellect. So Shastra says, just do not depend on human intellect. Depend on the scriptures which talk about a way of life that's meant for universal harmony. The scripture, Shastra, is not a product of human intellect. The modern science is Paurusheya Shastra, developed by human beings. But Shruti is Apaurusheya Shastra. They are not human compositions or inventions. They are not inventions of the human intellect. They are all revelations through the rishis. Therefore, Bhagavan says, be humble and follow a lifestyle prescribed by me. You may not know the scientific reasons behind certain religious practices. So have faith in the scriptures and follow what they say. Who is the author of this Karma Yoga? Who came up with this? Bhagavan says, Karma Brahma Udbhavam Vidhi. Understand that the harmonious lifestyle is taught by the Vedas. Here, Brahma means Veda. A harmonious lifestyle, a religious lifestyle, karmas. We come to know by that. How can we come to know that? Only with the study of scriptures. Vedas are not products. They were not composed by human beings. All the human products have defects. Whatever we make, there are some defects or others. Vedas have withstood the test of time because they were given by the Lord at the time of creation itself. They emerged along with creation. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Brahma Akshara Samudbhavam. This Brahma, these Vedas, have come from Bhagavan, Akshara. The rishis have received them and then they have broadcast that teachings to us. So let us study the scriptures and benefit from the study. Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Therefore, the Vedic teaching is Sarvagatam, all pervading. It's especially present in Nityam Yajna Pratishtitam. Wherever Yajna is going on, it is there. Wherever there is sacrifice, in all such places, the Vedic teaching is very much present. Yajna Pratishtitam. So we have to seek the help of scriptures for guidance. Follow what is said there. They prescribe a life of karma yoga to gain purity of mind, to prepare us for knowledge. That is what needs to be done. So karma yoga is very important. We have to understand this concept of karma yoga very well. Bhagwan has given so many reasons, of course, for performing actions. And then the main point is how to perform those actions. And that is karma yoga. So many reasons. More of it we will see in the next class, which will be 2 weeks from today. Next Sunday, we will not meet. Okay? It's Thanksgiving holidays in the US, and that will give some time for them to be with their family. They may be traveling, the children may be traveling to visit them. So let them share. Of course, that is what we have talked about. So much of giving. Thanksgiving is what we talked about. Thanking for all the bounty that the Lord has given us. Okay. That's the spirit of Thanksgiving. Wonderful holiday. Although it has been commercialized so much, but doesn't matter. You can still have that yajna bhava. That can still be there. And that's what we need to do. Okay. So we'll continue. And just because we don't meet, spend at least 1 hour studying. Yes, you can be with the family, but also you have this time with your creator also. Spend that time also. We just talked about how the Shastras are important. Okay? So don't neglect that. Let this extra hour that you have in not spend in being with this class, you spend on your own, reviewing, studying. All right? Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.